pursuits. So in order to remove raga dvesha, attachments and repulsions, indriyasya indriyasyarthe raga dvesho vyavastito tayor na vashamagachet. They are in each and every sense object. They are in your life. And for a natural detachment to rise in your heart, you need a source of inspiration to foster your will. You need a Shakti. And this Shakti is called as Bhakti in the form of Vasudeva Katharati, the love for Vasudeva's Katha. This gives your Chittam the Shakti or strength, the energy to become unattached. The Chittam cannot cultivate the strength to disengage itself from worldly pleasure pursuits unless it has got this Bhakti. Then only it will have that maturity to drop it off. And the bhakti is filled with bhava or sweet emotional state of mind that is brought about by contemplating on one's ishta. For instance, what time of day it is right now? So right now it is noon and it is very hot and humid outside. But let your mind imagine that it is dawn right now because you are sitting inside a cool room. Imagine, close your eyes and imagine that it is dawn. And just see how enjoyable it is. You will have no asakti or attachment towards that imagined early morning. And you will be anasakta or unattached towards this hot, humid noon. So you are in your home, sitting in your chair physically, but you take your mind to the early morning to Brindavana. What will happen if that is done? The presence of your home continues to occupy your mind, but for a brief time span, you will become free of this attachment. So let your mind turn this noon into dawn and your home into Brindavan and reinstate the spouse, the child, the wealth that fills your mind with the blue-hued boy standing in the woods of Brindavan, captivating onlookers by his mere kataksham, by mere side glance. So what Vyasa says in the Bhagavatam is that someone named Krishna lived 5,000 years ago. You can only evoke your buddhi or your intellect in him through that smriti or memory given by Vyasa. And the smriti is always anubhuta vishaya or something that has been experienced earlier by you or someone else. Samskara janyam jnanam smritihi, an experience you have which is born of memory is called as smriti. Moreover, smriti will be possible by an experience if you have heard about it. You don't have to sakshat experience it. That means the things you remember will depend on your sravana, what you are listening to. So Shuka is recreating in your heart what happened 5,000 years ago. So this Sri Krishna Leela, this playfulness of Sri Krishna gives you that vairagya or objectivity that the practice of yoga gives through meditation. Yoga abhyasa or practicing of yoga is needed if you want to quieten the restlessness of your mind, to get some peace. As seen in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Asango Hyayam Purushaha. This jiva, this purusha is without any attachment. 4th chapter, 3rd kanda, 15th mantra. And this vairagya is the earliest stage of that asangata, the state of being unattached. You will be able to abide in your asanga atma, in a nisanga bhava, in an unattached state, only when you have Vairagya or objectivity. That is born of Krishna Katha Kutuhalam, a curiosity to know about Krishna. This is pointed out in the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, the second verse of the fourth chapter of the second canto. Atmajaya Sutagara Pashudravina Bandhushu Rajye cha avikale nityam virudham mamatam jahau. So King Parikshit, while listening to Shuka, as a result of his wholehearted attraction towards the narratives of Sri Krishna Katha Rati, he was able to give up virudham mamatam, deep-rooted attachment for Atmajaya Sutagara Pashu Dravina Bandhushu, for his body, his wife, his children, his palace, his horses, his elephants, his wealth, his friends and relatives, and his vast and undisputed kingdom. He was detached. So eventually, by bhakti, by Krishna Katha Rati, you become free of desha, the place where you are seated. And you'll become free of the kala, the time in which you are. And you become disengaged of names and forms, nama rupa, that normally occupy your mind, creating strife and conflict, samsara dukkham. This is how Bilomangala or Leela Shuka puts it. Yatra kvapi nishidya yadava kulottamsasya kamsadushaha smaram smaramagham harami tadalam anyai kimanyena me. Now I have decided to free myself from all past wrong doings, and this is the prayachita I am going to do, simply by remembering always the great offspring of Yadu clan, the great enemy of Kamsa, that is Sri Krishna. By taking his name again and again, I will free myself. This again is what the divine poet of Utkadu, Sri Venkata Kavi, he says of Krishna. The poet imagines in Vatsalya Bhava that he himself is Yashoda and Nandagopa, the parents of Sri Krishna. And he is trying to bribe Sri Krishna from not leaving him behind and going away into the woods to play with the cattle, to herd the cattle. So this is the bribery he is offering. Oh Krishna, Gopala, I beseech you. You are the cowherd, the one who grazes, tends and herds cows. But please do not go out in this hot sun. Kim tena patum payaha. What do I gain? Krishna asks, if I do not go out now. I will give you patum payaha, your favorite snack, boiled milk. And Krishna says, I don't want it. I can get that milk from the cattle there. They are my friends, they will give me. So the bribery does not work. What I want is now to go out happily and set out and graze the cows. And I'll be back in just 1 second. But now I have to go. So please do not say anything to prevent me. Even here, Krishna is very careful that he wants to come back and get that treat. Now, Yashoda understands that it is hard to stop him. So she says, she uses some scare tactics. She wants to scare Krishna away and says, there is always the scare of thieves on the banks of river Yamuna. So if these thieves beat you up, you will be upset. So please don't go. Krishna says, well, you tell me one thing. Have you ever seen a thief who will trouble another thief? Because I am Choranam Padi. I am the greatest thief. So if the thieves come to give me trouble, I will cut them into pieces. Because I am the sealer of the butter and the hearts of people. And he uses this to deny his mother's request. Now mother says there are animals in the forest, so they can come and trouble you. Then Krishna says, all the animals in the forest are my friends. When they see me, they always come running towards me. They greet me. And they are easily subdued by me. And as a final attempt, Yashoda takes the name of Nandagopa. So she asks Krishna, when your beloved dad Nandagopa returns home from his duties and asks, where is my little son? What can I say? So Krishna says, don't worry. Just tell him that I'm just outside in the side street playing ball with my friends, the other boys. And even before you come looking for me, I'll run back. So he argues with her and runs away. So these poets, Bilvamangala and Utkad Venkatakavi, they show how to foster a relationship with Vasudeva, with Krishna, and relinquish the Desha and the Kala, the time and place that you are conditioned with. How to see Brindavana in your bhavana, through your mind's eye. Give up your home and go to Brindavana, which is a continent away, and unfetter yourself of Kala, time, which you are separated from by 5,000 years, and see in your mind now, see that mischievous blue boy approaching you sometimes and stooping over your shoulders when you are seriously doing something and doesn't care to come near you when you want to call him. See again how he listens to you obediently when you say, sit down, he sits. And you say, stand up, he stands up. You say, come in front of me, he comes before your mind's eye. Once in a while, give up your normal routine and attach your mind with Vasudeva. Because Krishna is Ananda Kanduka. He is a ball of joy. He is lifted up in Udupi by Ananda Tirtha, by Madhvacharya, who expresses this in his Kanduka Stuti. Balakrishna is lifted up, he jumps up and spills all over into his being through his mind's eye. So this Sri Krishna, who is Vasudeva, is already in your innermost recess of your heart space. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman, as Satchit, as true knowledge, and is famous in the Vedas as Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma. If you attach your mind to any object that is external, it will move away eventually. But if you attach your mind to your innermost core being, he surely will back you up. To begin with, it will remain with you only occasionally and go away at other times. Then a friction will rise in your mind when this happens. Make your mind still within yourself. When the mind's movements are stilled, he will establish in your Surupa. As Leela Shuka says, Ulukhalam va yaminam manova gopangananam kuchakutmalam va murari namna kalabasya nunam alanamasi trayameva bhumau. One thing is sure in this world, for that little elephant named Balakrishna, these three things have become the entangling chain. Number one, Ulukhalam, the grinding stone which was used by Yashoda to tie him up. Number two, Yamuna Manaha, the hearts of yogis. Number three, Gopi Hridaya Kamalam, the bosoms of gopis which appear like blooming flowers. May we all bind that blue flower, the young Krishna, in our hearts with our unconditional rati or love.